When I was 15, my parents' relationship started to fall apart. That took a toll on me, really affected me. I didn't know how to handle it, and I was seeking, guidance. I was seeking a father figure and comfort in other people because I didn't know who to talk to or how to take it, how to talk to people about the whole situation. I was at Millwall, which is a professional football club, as a youngster. Was playing football every day, travelling back and forth from school to football, and then that's when I moved to the local area, which was fairly new to me. Didn't really know anyone around the area, and then I met this guy was older than me, and I thought he was my friend, and we started to become friends. So I was travelling home, reached back to the area, and he was parked up on my road. And yeah, I went inside, just put my bags down, just came out and we was talking. And then he was like, "How do you like to make some money?" And I was like, "Yeah, I really like it. I never had a job. I was just playing football. I was young." I was like, "Yeah, I'll really be interested." I was like, "What does it consist of? What do I have to do?" He said, "Oh, well, he said he buys jewellery and sells them. He buys watches and sells it. He's like, he just wants me to pretend to be a couple with someone he works with, and just pretend that we're going to buy the ring and negotiate a price." Went along in the car with him and this person he said he works with, which is a female. It was the first time ever seeing her, ever meeting her. We was travelling, we was talking. When we got closer to the destination, he just explained to me what I should do, what I should say, the price range, and what he's looking to pay for the jewellery. My friend, the older guy, told me once I've negotiated a price, I should come outside and tell him the price that I've negotiated. So when we negotiated the price, and they was considering the price, I then said, "Is it okay if I go outside and make a phone call?" They said, "Yes, that's fine." So I got up and I went outside to make a phone call, and he was outside waiting. He then said, we're not unable to pay that price, we're not going to pay that price for it, we're going to take it." And I said, "What do you mean we're going to take it?" And then he said, "Yeah, we're going to take it." And he had a jacket on, and out of his jacket he pulled out a gun, a firearm. He then gave me the firearm. He pushed it to my chest. He gave me the firearm. He said, "You can go in there and take it." And once he pushed the firearm on me, I put my hand up and held it, and he put his hand around my shoulder and kind of ushered me into the house. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll be here with you." I was like, "I don't want to do this, I can't do this." He said, "Don't worry, you'll be fine, I'm here with you." So I'm just gonna take it, we're gonna go. They was in the living room, so they never knew that this friend of mine has also entered the house. As we've entered their site into the living room, the lady that I entered the house with, she's then picked up the ring, and her and the person who was my friend at that time, they ran out the house and they've locked the door behind them and locked me in. The victims was very scared or petrified at this time because there was obviously a gun. I was there in a state of shock, thinking, how do I get myself out of this situation? One of the victims, he got up and he moved. I felt scared. I was like, I had the gun in my hand and I held the gun up and I said, "Just don't move, just let me out of the house, please, don't move." I said, "I'm gonna leave, please just let me go." As I've tried to leave the house, the victims have got up and they've ran and they've started to scream for help in the house. Then they have then held on to me by the doorway as I was trying to struggle to get out of the house. The struggle was spilled out onto the main road right outside their house. Then I stopped. I said, "I haven't done anything, just let me go." We're still struggling. I kept pushing them off me. They was holding me. They then held me and they put me onto the floor. It was very petrifying because that's the first ever time I've ever been arrested, the first ever time I've seen a police cell. Very traumatised. All I really wanted to do is speak to my mum at that time. I was 16 when I went to Feltham. The experience for me was very surreal. I didn't know how to carry myself, as I've never experienced being in prison before. About 10 months into my sentence, an officer asked me, have I ever heard of restorative justice before? I then replied, yes, I have. He asked me, could I explain to him what it means? I did. I explained to him what it means to me. I wanted to take part in restorative justice because I thought it was something that needed to be done for me to express myself and for me to express my remorse to the victims of my crime, and not only to express myself, I wanted them to see me in a position where I'm not more superior to them, or I'm not in a situation where I can control them, or a situation when they feel scared. I want us to be on a balanced playing field where they can ask me questions and I'll be truthful to them, and I can explain myself to them also. About 2 or 3 weeks later, he came to me that we've got good news. Your youth offender team is willing to help you participate in restorative justice, and also the victims are willing to participate in restorative justice. We've done a lot of prepping for about 2 weeks, doing practice questions, told me what is allowed and what's not allowed, questions that can be asked, questions that can't be asked. How if I'm feeling, emotional, I want to take a break, I can always take a break. I said, yes, I understand, I'm ready to do it, I'm willing to do it. So the day came where the restorative justice was going to take place. I was walking there, the victims were already in the room, sitting in there with the restorative justice facilitators. We sat down, we all introduced ourselves, and they asked me questions first. I explained to them how I ended up in that situation. They then asked me, do I understand what I've put them through? And I answered them, I said, yes, I do, and I'm really remorseful for what I've done and what I've put you through. I know a home is where you're meant to feel safe, it's where you're meant to feel, is your safest place is at home, and for someone to intrude and take that safety away from you must be very hard and must be very scary. And I said to them, if I can rewind back the time where I did what I did, I'll most definitely do that, and I would like to take the pain and the hurt that I caused and inflicted upon them back. And when they said they forgave me, that was a weight that was lifted off my shoulder, because it was something that I carried with me from the day that I committed the crime. It was such an emotional experience for both of us that, I found it hard to talk. I was overwhelmed by them just saying, I forgave you. But as I said, the weight coming off my shoulder just made me feel that I can move on now. It's finally over, even though my sentence may have not been finished, but the whole situation of them thinking of me as a bad person has now, been finished. They've got understanding. I've explained myself as I never thought I got to explain myself properly to them, or explain myself properly whilst I was going through the court procedure. When I walked out of that meeting, I felt a sense of relief, a sense of peace, a weight lifted off my shoulder. I felt that we both, gained some understanding. We both gained something from this situation, from this, not only situation, but from the meeting. We turned a negative or a negative situation to a positive situation, so we both can move on from. I've got stuff to look forward to. You know, I've moved on with my life. You know, I can put what's happened behind me now, and I can use that experience to inspire other people, and you know, to try to help other people, not only to express about how useful and how great social justice is, but also to speak to young children who may be going through a situation that I went through, where their house may be broken and they're seeking, you know, comfort, or they're seeking love, but there's nowhere to go, or there's nowhere to turn, and nowhere to look to